doesn't take very long to understand that nearly everything in Conan Exiles is trying to kill you. Within minutes of starting a new game, you're pitted against monsters, NPCs, other players, animals, and even the environment. To make it in the Exiled Lands, you need a plan, and you need experience. This is 5 things every barbarian must know. As many seasoned players of the survival genre will understand, doing well in Conan Exiles requires a mastery of leveling. Success or failure can also depend on the choices you make the instant you're cut down from the cross. Some choices are clear, such as the intuitive grit meter that refills faster when you deplete less of your stamina. Some choices are less obvious. For instance, the grueling heat system and its effects on your character are lessened by cooling armor. Therefore, you should instantly start gathering plant fiber so that you can craft coarse clothing as soon as possible. Making this choice first thing can mean the difference between scooping up XP by easy exploration or having to hightail it to the oasis before you die of thirst. When we die in game, any player can choose the desert as a location for respawning. As a new player, after you've gathered your water skin, the pathway north to the oasis can be a fairly hot zone for enemies. They're looking for a free kill, and your only canteen.
Danger. You have my pity. You do not know how cursed you truly are.
This is another good reason to start with lateral motion once you begin your journey. But before you even begin your game, be the Keymaster.
Keymaster? Yeah.
No, Lloyd. Not those kinds of keys. You may be eager to jump into the game, but once you've validated your game files, there are some things you must do with every new installation or official patch. Click Settings. Click Keybindings. Reset to default. Now set your keys the way you like, but pay special attention to the following important ones. Start with block/offhand, which also performs the kick. Now set up the dodge, or combat roll. If you use an advanced mouse, you can block, move, and roll seamlessly. Crouching is an absolute necessity, and in Conan Exiles it's by default bound to the C key. That makes it pretty hard to duck effectively while moving. I like to instead bind my C key to wield unwield, and left control to crouch, so it can be toggled with the pinky finger while maintaining full control over motion and jumping capabilities. And finally, a lot of keyboards don't have numlock keys, so it's important in that case to rebind your auto-run key. I like to set mine to the right bracket. Auto-run can be extremely valuable at any stage in the game, and the opening moments are no exception. Being able to consult your map or assign points and feats while moving is a big time saver. It also keeps you at a much lower risk for sneak attack. Number 4, your back's against the wall. With this tip you'll build with confidence, even in a cave. A common mistake new players make is in the misunderstanding of the building system. Building in the wrong direction opens you up to a number of problems, from placement issues to inconsistent shelter. Not being able to place a certain block can even leave you open to raid situations. The developers have already made some of our work easier for us by creating a world filled with natural walls and cliff faces. Fewer walls to build means fewer angles of enemy attack, but this can sometimes create difficult building situations that can require a full demolition to correct. When you first begin to build, select the back wall and begin building from there. In this way, you'll take advantage of every available snapping point, and every opportunity for full shelter will be open to you. And while we're on the subject of shelter, A-OK AFK. During a regular day in the Exiled Lands, you'll feed and water your character dozens of times. Later in the game, you'll be able to change the rate at which your character becomes thirsty and hungry by adding more points to survival. Otherwise, your hunger and thirst meters grow at a rate that is increased by your activity level, heat or cold, and level of shelter. Shelter is a very misunderstood element of the game, but once you've mastered it, shelter can be one of your best survival allies. When your character is in full shelter, he is consuming water and food at the lowest possible rate. This doesn't mean he's invulnerable. This means the character can be left in this condition a lot longer than without shelter or even partial shelter. So if you need to AFK, look for the full house icon. As your character continues to grow hungry and thirsty when you're offline, logging off in shelter also ensures you are consuming the least amount of resources while you're away. Mouse like a champ. When Funcom gave players a fully directional dodge roll, it became evident a standard mouse is obsolete. I'm not suggesting you use a competition mouse, but I feel so strongly about a good mouse that I'm giving one away. That's right, my mouse of choice is the Razer Naga Hex. Later in the spring we'll be doing a deep dive into the combat system with the Naga Hex, so please stay tuned for that. Conan Exiles combat can be as deep as you like, and if you limit yourself by hardware choices, you'll have fewer when it comes to combat. Since a dodge can be made in any direction, binding the key for rolling to your mouse keeps your fingers on the directional buttons. And finally, binding a thumb button to your shield hotkey gives you the ability to protect yourself and strike from shield. This can be achieved with a standard 4-button gaming mouse and free software. And there's one often overlooked mouse feature, the tilt-on wheel. I have my right tilt bound to I and left tilt bound to E. Number 1. Shift things up. The simplest tip is the best tip, and if you're not already using it, I guarantee you'll use this one every day. A lot of what you're going to be doing is management of inventory, hotbars, armor, and lootables. Repetition can be a killer. Conan Exiles gives you many great ways to get these things done effectively. For instance, while you're moving objects to a box, you can also drag your waste items off of the screen. There's an even better shortcut. Hold your shift key, right-click on a stack. It splits. Access a box or bench. Hold your shift key, click on any stack of items, boom, into the box. Access your inventory, hold shift, click on your hotbar items one by one. Now do this with your armor. It also works in the other direction. It's a simple trick and a huge time saver in the long run. And when you're moving lots of stuff hundreds of times a day, it adds up. So that's it. The 5 things I wish I had known before I started playing Conan Exiles. In celebration of the debut of this amazing game, throughout the year we'll be giving away a gaming mouse, game licenses, t-shirts, gifts, and much more. To become eligible for our gifts and prizes, please subscribe to this channel and follow the instructions at this link. Already in store are specialized guides on PvP, master building, and in-game secrets. We'll be adding some beta testing and live streaming events too. And as always, keep up with this channel for more tips, gameplay help, and cinematic videos. Thank you for watching. See you in the Exiled Lands.